Hey world, Tiffany Stacey here, aka Tiffany Wilson, and I'm the owner of Tiffany Stacey Photography and Video LLC. And I provide weekly video marketing tips to help your business grow. So here's the thing: time is a commodity. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't like my time wasted. But that's why I am such a huge advocate when it comes to having a script, creating a script for every video that you plan to post online. So here's why. First and foremost, having a script creates less stress, whether it be with live streaming or something that's pre-recorded. You basically don't have to figure out what to say next. And that is the biggest thing. You leave out all the guesswork. And that leads me to coming across more confident. You as again, you don't have to figure out what you say. So again, you can actually work more on how you're presenting that information more than anything else. And then thirdly, if you have someone that is editing your video piece, you should always have some kind of script, and the professionals definitely do this. So you should have some kind of script that outlines everything that you're saying so that video can match up with what you have in the script. And it also saves time in general to begin with. And also, we're also looking at having a script is good for blogging. And it's really just it's off the basis of basically killing two birds with one stone. Sorry for the birdies. But it saves time. So if you like the blog, and or you have a blog, you can use whatever content that you have put in that script. You can repurpose it on your blog. So you can have the video with all that information, but you can also have a blog post with that information. And this, of course, is good for searchability with like SEO, search engine optimization. So I would highly suggest creating a script just for those ideas alone. Here's the thing. This is how the show is going to basically go. And that is I'm going to show you how to basically outline a script. It's pretty easy. And then I'm going to actually go into how my scripts typically look, so you can kind of get an idea of what I do. If you're creating a script, just create it in a way that has a very conversational type of style. So have it in a way that you would, have a dialogue with your best friend, basically. That's how I simplify it. You don't have to be all formal and all that good stuff. That's fine for essays in high school, but in this case, no, don't do that. What I like to do is that I like to work backwards, basically. And so, what I like to figure out is what's the point of the video and what information do I want them to basically take after watching that video. And how I typically do that is that I do like a keyword search, and I do that through I guess you can call it an app, through TubeBuddy, which is just basically something that's on YouTube that you can get a membership with TubeBuddy, and it integrates with your YouTube account and helps you, just create better content, makes sure that you have content that comes up in search, which is really, really important. Because what's the point of creating all this video content if you don't if nobody can find it? Now, over time, it does take time for people to find that content. So you might not get the views at the very beginning, but just keep at creating content. And if you keyword and title those videos appropriately, people will eventually find it. And of course, that'll build up your following and the algorithm and all that good stuff. And if anything, if you're curious, I have a link to TubeBuddy in my description. So please feel free to click on that. I gain a small commission that will hopefully provide a little bit for this channel. And so I appreciate any support. Anyway, back to TubeBuddy. What I typically do, I like to find titles, And I usually typically have an idea of what that title is. And I basically like to do a keyword search to see if, if that particular topic is something that's popular with people. And most of the time, typically the topics are pretty popular. I might have to adjust the naming a little bit, but I start off with this and then I just work my way backwards in terms of what I actually want to say in that video. So, moving on. Here's the thing. So, what's in a script exactly? I like to look at it like I was saying before. I like to look at it from a perspective of creating like you would an essay in high school or college. You have your introduction, you have your body, and then you have your conclusion. So, what's in a script exactly? I like to look at it like I was saying before. I like to look at it from a perspective of creating like you would an essay in high school or college. You have your introduction, you have your body, and then you have your conclusion. With an introduction, you have to go by the 8-second rule which is basically you have to capture that person's attention within 8 seconds. If you are unable to capture it, they will click off your video. So you got to make sure you, as they say, hook that person in there, let them know exactly what to expect from their video, and then kind of go from there. When you create a video, you want to make sure that you get to that point, whatever it is that you want that person to get from it. You want to get to that point sooner and not later, because later they might miss out on something because they click off a video because it just didn't start off very interesting. So keep that in mind. So here's the thing. When I get to the body of the video, I like to incorporate at least maybe a story, or it'll be 1 to like 5 or 6 points, and it'll be like a series of points under the umbrella of a bigger point. And I like to do that only because it's easier for me to remember and just like organize my thoughts when I have a list of things that I need to go off of. So this is just an idea. This is where I get to the meat of what my, what I want my viewer to know about a particular topic. And then moving on to the conclusion. Here's the thing. You don't need to summarize your conclusion. Like in a paper, I used to always, always hate doing a conclusion. Oh, I hated it. So you don't have to, and here's the thing. They can basically go back in the video and summarize, or they can go back in a video if there's a point that you've made and review it from there. But in the conclusion, you want to make sure that you have some kind of call to action, and that can simply be, follow me here, check out my services or products, or you can inform them about your service and products. If you're a consultant, you can say, hey, join me for a discovery call. You can schedule me here, and you would just have the link in the description. So it's just all of these things that you can do that you can get that person to do after they watch your video. And that's what is most important. Now, I've seen with some videos, and I've seen this with, the more popular YouTubers, they'll actually have a call to action somewhere within the middle. And this is just to kind of break up the monotony with a video, but also to give them the incentive to perform some kind of action, because not everybody's going to watch the video to the very end. We all hope as YouTubers that people will watch our videos to the end, but you got to be realistic in this day and age, because not everybody, some people have, a short attention span because of all the stuff that you're bombarded with. And hey, not everybody wants to sit through, 10-minute, 20-minute video. They just want to get straight to the information. So it's just something to think about, is to make sure that your call to action is important too. So make sure maybe either have it at the end or in the middle of the video. So moving on, I actually wanted to share with all of you my video script, particularly with this video. And I've kind of gotten a little out of whack, but I kind of want to give you an idea of kind of what I do when I create my live stream videos. Okay, so as you can see here, I have my right here at my title, I have my creating a video script in 3 easy steps. I pretty much found that title through TubeBuddy. It gave me a pretty high percentage, so I was like, why not use this title? And then as you can see, I go into my introduction and my intro and then some of the points here. And then obviously you see all the body and stuff. But here's the biggest thing that I really wanted to share with all of you out there. I tend to write my a lot of my sentences with one line, like one sentence paragraphs, and that is only because I want to be able to read through the content very quickly, especially with live. I don't want to sit here and read through stuff. And this differs from my pre-recorded videos, and I'll get to that in just a second. So again, I have all my stuff in the body here, and then right here, this is where I'm at, which is bring up this live script in the parentheses. Anything that you basically see in bold is just, it's a reminder to myself that I need to move on to the next point. And, that's like the next point in my, I guess if you want to call it my presentation, my live stream. So those are just subtle cues that I just need to, I'm like, okay, let me move on. So next up is also my video script for not that one, but for my is for my pre-recorded videos, which is this was from a video that I created just a few weeks ago, which was, is it safe to use on Fiverr? And as you can see here, I have the hook, and I had the hook in one section, but I also had the introduction. And, that was just hooking them in, letting them know, hey, this is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. And then as you can see, getting into it, these are much longer paragraphs. And that is only because I usually tend to, when I pre-record a video, I go through each paragraph and I read through each paragraph, and then I pretty much regurgitate that information. So it's just helpful for me just doing them differently. And as I said before, I could use this stuff for my blog, and which is really great. So it's already written. So I love that. I love that I can do that. So hey, don't complicate it, like I said. And I am done with the screen. So here's the thing. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on my social media. You can also, I have all that information in the description. Again, if you're interested in TubeBuddy, please feel free to click on my TubeBuddy affiliate link in the description. Again, if you need a video editor, please feel free to reach out to me. If anything else, please have a happy and safe rest of your week. And I will plan to be back next week. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back. All right. Bye-bye.